Okay, we are heading into Houston today, heading to Geva Coffee. Geva? I don't know. We'll learn that too. Heading to a cupping event. And coffee cupping is a process of comparing coffees, evaluating flavor profiles. I've done it a little bit at home in my own roasts, but thought it would be neat to go to an actual professional roastery. Hopefully I can learn quite a bit. It'll be a little odd. We'll be with a bunch of strangers sipping out of cups together, so you can't really be a germaphobe. I mean, they're separate spoons. They're separate spoons, but it is kind of funny. I didn't bring my coffee cupping spoons. I didn't bring my own. I should have. So the thing about coffee cupping is, or coffee in general, is that there are a million variations, and especially like in brewing, that'll change the flavor of coffee. And so a cupping tries to standardize and take out as many of those variables as possible. I'm not the best in the world at tasting different flavor notes in coffee, I can already tell you that. And that's maybe a weakness for someone who wants to roast coffee, but I'm sort of gaining and building knowledge on what I like. I think I will be able to develop enough of a coffee palate to have some success when roasting, so it should be pretty neat. We're going to see what it's all about. So this is Geva, and it is Geva, by the way. I asked. This is their showroom where they sell a lot of brewing equipment and pretty much every supply that a coffee shop would need to run. And that's a big part of what they do. Besides roasting great coffee, they do a lot of training, which is kind of what I was doing today, learning about cupping. This is them describing the whole process, how it's going to go about. And we smelled the coffees first, and then we had a round where we would go with our spoons and taste. My wife Kimberly came with me. She's actually an underrated sensory person when it comes to coffee, and I do trust her opinion quite a bit. It looks kind of ridiculous putting your face that far down into the grounds and sniffing and then obnoxiously slurping coffee, but that's what you're supposed to do.
I was videoing your belly.
Thanks a lot. And what I wasn't expecting to do, which was a real treat for me, was I got to have an in-depth tour with Brent of the roasting facility.
We got this is a G-Fix CR55.
Yeah.
Does 55 pounds at a time. You see, we were able to monitor our roast profiles that way.
Right.
We have it automated, so that frees us up to do a lot more stuff.
Right.
We can sit around prepping our next batch, because one of the things that's important is making sure you're between batch protocol, and we try to have this little time in between our roasts.
Right.
That way you can really maximize our efficiency on the
right. One of the things I talked with Brent about was how massive the Port of Houston is for coffee, and it's kind of an advantage that we're right here in this area as probably one of the larger national hubs for fresh green coffee. I should point out as well that Brent and all the staff had just gotten back from Chicago on a long trip for the big Specialty Coffee Expo, and I stayed later than anyone, asking the most questions, and they were there for all of it, super accommodating, talking shop, and even at the end here, he brewed me a really good specialty cup to go for our trip back to Beaumont. So huge thanks to Geva for hosting this event and being so accommodating. They're awesome people, and they set the standard high, so I've got a lot of work to do.